Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya! Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. 'Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, which was unceremoniously cancelled after only 3, is to seek out new life in new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before, in merchandising, cinematic remakes, and contorted television spin-offs. Welcome to Creature Features. I am your host, Vincent. The lovely little lady with the luxurious locks would be my legally legitimized liability, the loquacious lass Tangela. And on the polar opposite end of the spectrum is my lugubrious and logical overseer of my vast estate, the wisely learned and laudably labored Mr. Livingston. And have we an interstellarly incredible program in store just for you. As alluded to prior, we'll be on a Trekkie track tonight, because our show guest has much to tell us about the original Star Trek series. And you would certainly know because he has appeared in every single original episode. Do you know he's been in more episodes than DeForest Kelley? Join us tonight will be actor Jonathan David. You may not be familiar with his name, but if you're a fan of the original Star Trek of the 60s, you'll most surely recognize his face. He'll tell us tales about the original cast, explain in great detail how he was to become such an important staple to the show, and also regale us with stories about the many Star Trek conventions he's taken part in. What?
You really should allow me to do the booking for the show.
Why, so you can schedule another fishmonger onto the program? I'll have you know that Livingston's idea of the perfect interviewee typically revolves around the gourmet cuisine industry. If he's not trying to book some snobbish sommelier onto the program, then he'll often suggest a self-aggrandizing sous chef from some obscure culinary boîte.
I most certainly do not.
Oh, what about the time you tried to bring in that prune farmer from Duncan Mills?
That was different. That was organic.
Prunes ripened on the backs of milk-fed alpacas does not denote organic. Moronic, more likely. Tangela, if I allowed you to fetch guests for the show, I would burden the remainder of my short-lived television career chatting with undertakers, embalmers, and confectionaries named Bruce. No, thank you. Movie-wise, we'll take in a lovely film from 1958 entitled Fiend Without a Face. It's a black and white film with no famous names that I could immediately recognize, but the film comes highly rated by some of our viewers, and we gather that the rest of you might like it as well. So don't go away, for it shall be another night of faceless galactic fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Micromat, making products that keep your Macintosh running at its best.
It's Creature Feature Night. You know, it's my favorite night of the week.
Mine too.
Maybe my favorite night of the year as well, but there's like 52 of them, so it's nice. Welcome, friends. You have tuned into Creature Features, and if you don't know what the show is, we show a movie and have a guest, right? That's about all we do. And then occasionally Tangelo will scamper through, and you'll meet her if you, again, are new to the show. Old-timers know the show quite well, and they know that tonight we'll be showing a movie called Fiend Without a Face. But first, our guest, we've got with us Jonathan David. And Jonathan, you are probably one of the most unique actors from the Star Trek realm I've come across. We've had several sat in that chair, and they've all done like small parts. But your claim to fame is you've been in every episode of the original series.
Yes.
So, the first thing I've got to ask you is what were you, like 12 years old? You look so young.
Well, it's in the genes. I don't show my age. I'm actually older than I look.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you have the benefit of both keeping a young face and being able to take an early retirement, I take it.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so we're going to chat with you about what you did on the show, but first, the film, Fiend Without a Face. Have you seen this one?
A long time ago, I saw it, yes.
Is it a good one? Are we in for a treat?
We're in for a treat. I liked it.
What did you like most? Without giving spoilers.
The mystery in the beginning.
The mystery in the beginning. All right, it's a mystery movie that gets horrible because I cheat. I will jump ahead and look at pieces so I know what I'm getting. I've got to make sure I don't get frightened. If I were to get frightened right in front of the television audience, they would not watch the program anymore because it'd be a sight to behold.
Oh, we don't want that.
True story. All right, so let's get the film started, and when we come back, we're going to find out all about what Jonathan did for the original series. See you on the other side of the break. Welcome back to Creature Features. I am with Jonathan David, one of the most pronounced actors on the original series of Star Trek. And we're going to chat with you in a moment. First, this film, Fiend Without a Face, it seems to be a military film.
It does. It seems to be a military film.
Right. And, I like military films, but not in my monster movies, right?
Well, don't they go hand in hand?
No. I suppose if it's a Godzilla film,
okay,
that's fine. But, this beast apparently is not too large, so I'm told. So, why does one need to bring in a military unit to fight a small beast?
Well, what if there's an army of them?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. All right, that's different. Never mind. All right, let's talk about Jonathan. So, you, how did you get this gig?
Well, I went to the studio, Paramount,
right,
to work on another television show, Mission Impossible.
Oh, I love that program.
Great show. As I was on my way there, somebody said, "You, come here," and pulled me away. Next thing I know, I was in a uniform.
My goodness, who was this person?
I have no idea to this day.
He's like a producer or like
something, maybe even a runner.
So just a random staffer.
Right. Said I had a certain look that they were looking for, and said, "Come on, come over here," and said, "Okay."
That's it.
I thought it was Mission Impossible. Yeah.
You're on the cast of Star Trek.
On the cast of Star Trek.
How amazing! How amazing! So, did you ever meet like Gene Roddenberry?
I did meet Gene Roddenberry. Very nice man. He had an idea, and he would let you know about it, and would explain it to you to the point where you would understand it, and you would flow with him.
Nice.
Very nice man.
It's important if you produce a show that they convey,
yes,
what it is that they're trying to achieve. So at the time, that must have been a bit of a conundrum for you, because Mission Impossible was probably a well-known show, whereas Star Trek
was just starting out.
So you could have pulled off a good show to go on a dud.
Yeah, it could have. That could have happened, but it turned out, it took a while, but it turned out that this was the better choice.
Right. So, my goodness. So 3 seasons. Now, Mission Impossible did go longer, so that might have been financially a better option, right?
Yeah. Again, you're looking, the long run. Look at what Star Trek has done now.
Right.
You know.
So on the Mission Impossible gig, what role were you supposed to play on that?
Butler number 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. The third one's always best.
Yeah.
Right,
Third
right.
time's the charm.
That's right. All right, what do you say we get back to Fiend Without a Face?
Perfect.
And when we come back, we're gonna discuss every single episode, right?
Yes.
All right. Off we go back to Fiend Without a Face. Don't go away. We'll be back. Welcome back to the show. Fiend Without a Face. That's what we're watching tonight, and we are watching it with Jonathan David, but he stepped away for a moment because Tangela insisted he cannot be here when we do mail. You know, I think she thinks she's going to get a gift, and if there's somebody else there, that they will take her gift. That's my theory. I could be wrong.
Interesting theory.
So our guest, he's an interesting guest, don't you think?
Indeed.
Yeah, I didn't know why he lacks any enthusiasm for our guest. He's such a Star Trek fan. And here we have somebody from the original show, and he's like all scoffy. Anyways, mail time. You send us mail. If we don't read the mail, then people become angry at us.
Then it won't get read.
And it won't get read. So how about some mail, Mr. Livingston?
Eileen Doherty.
Eileen Doherty from San Francisco, I assume? Subject, love you guys. As a native San Franciscan, my earliest memories are of Creature Features and Chilladilla. You know, I keep hearing about this Chilladilla thing. I've never seen it.
I've never heard of it, actually.
Did they show that here, Tom?
Chilladilla, yes they did.
They did. Channel 2.
Saturday afternoon.
Oh, all right. Well, I was not here. I'd watch with my cool aunt who gave me TV dinners. Vince, you're awesome and handsome. I told you. Tangela, absolutely adorable. And Mr. Living is handsome and sophisticated. He already read the note. He knew it was coming. That's why the nose went up in the air. As do you all perfectly. I wonder where in Germany Mr. Livingston lived.
Yes.
I don't wonder. She wonders. I wonder where in Germany Mr. Livingston lived.
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Always?
Not always.
So, name another place.
Bavaria.
Name another place. She says she lived there in Heidelberg. Have you ever lived in Heidelberg?
I have not lived in Heidelberg, but I've been there many times.
Well, I've been there many times, but it's not the same. You never lived there.
No.
All right. I lived there mainly in Heidelberg for over 5 years. XOXO to you all. What does that mean?
Love and kisses.
Love and kisses. That's a nice way to write it. Eileen Doherty from, I assume, San Francisco. Thank you for writing, Eileen. Next up, sir.
Perry Como?
V. Perry Como.
I don't think so. Different spelling.
You know, I like it when crooners write to us. No, it's nice. Tangela likes crooners, right? Don't you? How are you, love? What'd you do to your doll? Oh, it's got glasses. That adds a lot. That makes it pretty. Okay, so Perry Como in Canada. I don't think it's the same Perry Como.
I don't think so either.
We'll find out. Maybe he could send us a tape of him singing if it is. Vincent, you are a lovely riot and proper suitor of a horror host for Creature Features. I saw whatever happened to Aunt Alice and decided to start a collection of old and unique coins. Happy to be a Patreon of your show. Well, thank you for that. By the way, can you and the gang check out if The Evil from 1978 is available? Teenage kids will love it, and it has a somewhat happy ending concerning the basement. You know, I was looking at our list of possibilities, and that is on that list, so you might see that here in the not-so-distant future. Thank you, USA. Love Canada. Perry Como. Well, thank you so much, Perry, and send us a tape of you crooning, if you would. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
Robert Coleman from Dayton, Ohio. Gesundheit.
Oh, goodness. Robert Coleman, Dayton, Ohio. Hi, my name is Robert. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. This is my first time writing in. I watched every week for at least the last year and a half, and I've been watching often since I recognized your show as was on my local access channel. I grew up watching Dr. Creep, The Cool Ghoul, and of course, Creature Features in the 70s. In your intro, there is a clip from a movie I am trying to find out about that is called Phantom of the Paradise. You know that clip, the clip of the openings, right? Starring Paul Williams. I saw this movie when I was in LA in 1974 when it came out, and I have not seen it since. I would very much appreciate if you could show this movie. Thanks again, and enjoy watching your show. Stay spooky. Robert Coleman, Dayton, Ohio. Okay, Robert, so that movie is one that we quite possibly can get. However, I will not run that movie until I have Paul Williams himself sitting in this seat. I know, I refuse to do that film without Paul Williams present.
Is he still available?
Yes. Well, I don't know if he's available. He's not responded to any of our calls, but he is still alive, which is
important.
Halfway important to the whole guest thing. So we will hopefully run that one day, and hopefully we will run it with Paul in tow. And I'm going to make him play the piano. No, he's a master at the
I'm
piano.
told he's quite good.
No, he wrote all the Carpenter tunes.
The Carpenter.
Thanks for writing, sir.
Steve Luckett from Mobile, Alabama.
Last one from Steve Luckett, Mobile, Alabama. Hey, Vincent, I have a movie suggestion. It's about a horror host who bores his audience to death, decides to retire, and leaves the USA to drink tea on the English countryside for the rest of his life. I think the movie is called Steve's Luckiest Day. Yours truly, Steve Luckett, Mobile, Alabama. I think he's trying to send me a message here.
I think he did send you a message.
You know, I don't know what to say, but I hope the weather's lovely in Mobile, Steve. What is it with guys named Steve are such an angry lot?
They seem to be.
No, I don't know what's up with that. In any case, that is it for mail. We're going to get back to the movie in a moment. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, though, send by email to this address over here. Or if you'd like to send a package in the mail or a letter by post with a stamp, send it to the address you see right here. We'll be back with Jonathan soon. See you soon.
Portions of Creature Features are brought to you by the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Explore the mystery at winchestermysteryhouse.com.
Welcome back to Creature Feature. You know, if I don't do a program ID, the stations become angry with me. No, it's, you know, I think they don't give the credit of intelligence to our viewers as they deserve. You know, they know what they're watching. I don't have to say it every single time.
I think they know what they're
insist
watching.
I do. It's ridiculous. Anyways, welcome back to the show. We are watching Fiend Without a Face with Jonathan David, actor extraordinaire from Star Trek, the original series. This film, the footsteps, giant footsteps you can hear. Yeah, I'm beginning to think this is a ghost film. Right? Now, in this home, we hear this whole night long. There's somebody angry slamming their feet. I used to think it was Livingston. But, you know, now we've got apparitions that apparently have bad shoes. No, back in the 1800s, they used to wear wooden shoes, I'm told.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That would make quite a bit of racket. Yeah. Anyways, enough about this film for now. Let's talk about Star Trek. Now, one of my favorite episodes of that program was one entitled City on the Edge of Forever. Do you remember that one?
That one was my favorite as well.
And you played a role in that.
I had a role in it.
So tell us.
Well, it's at the beginning of the episode.
Right.
And Kirk and Spock go into the Guardian.
That's the circle.
Right. The
Time
circle.
machine.
Time machine.
Right.
Time portal, yes.
Right.
I missed my cue. I was supposed to go through as well. I missed my cue, go running in after him, and I tripped and
So
fell.
it's supposed to be
3.
well, no. First it was McCoy went through.
Right,
Crazy.
so it's been 4, yes.
Right, and then Spock and Captain Kirk and you were supposed to go through,
Supposed to go through, yes.
and you missed your cue.
I missed my cue.
And so what happened?
Well, it ended up on the cutting room floor, unfortunately.
Well, of course it did.
Yeah.
You didn't jump through the time machine in time.
I actually fell through it, actually.
Oh. I suppose it was a set, not a real time machine, right?
It was a set. It was not a
Right,
real time machine.
so-
I would have been a lot more trouble if it were a real time machine.
You must be problematic around paper mache, eh?
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
All right. Okay. Right. So, transporters. What is it like
Oh.
to transport on Star Trek?
Actually, that's a special effect.
Oh.
Yes, you
it
would
is.
stand on the discs, and the discs were a drop-away platform, and you would slide down a tube. Now, Gene always had to tell Leonard Nimoy, keep your chin up, and it wasn't an encouragement. It was like, because he kept hitting his chin on the bottom of the
floor
transport.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So he'd keep his chin up. They'd
Right.
slide down, and then they'd bring the sparklies down in perfect shot.
And the sparklies, how did they do that?
They would just drop down, sparklies from
Like glitter?
Glitter.
Oh.
Yeah, glitter.
That's incredible. And that's it. It was all done in camera, I suppose is what they call it.
Oh, in post.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
in post.
All right. All right. That's good to know. I mean, I always figured that they had some technology that they had not yet shared with the U.S. government, and therefore we do not have transportation abilities yet. Right. That makes sense.
Unfortunately, a lot of people thought that, but it just wasn't true.
Right. All right. Well, what do you say we get back to this movie?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. You stay there, and you stay there, and I'm stuck here because I'm tied to the chair with a microphone cable.
Hey, Vincent, this is Chris from Melbourne, Florida. Just wanted to share a message. You have a wonderful show. We enjoy it immensely. Me and my wife, Victoria. Keep up the great work. And tell Tangela and Mr. Livingston they're great as well. Take care, man. God bless.
Hello, this is Livingston. Apparently, one of my newly acquired domestic duties is to request help for our show financially by asking you to visit our Patreon page. Your generosity will help keep Creature Features on the air, which I'm not entirely sure is a good thing. However, with only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new programming each week, which apparently some of you curiously enjoy. And should you have the desire to give even more, you might even receive a gift from Miss Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Typically I have a makeup person here to take care of this for me, and who does your hair?
Actually, my girlfriend does my hair.
You think she'd do mine?
I'll ask her.
All right. Welcome back to the show. We are with Jonathan David, actor from Star Trek, the original series, and we're talking about Star Trek, but we're also watching Fiend Without a Face. What do you think of this film so far?
I like it. I like the mystery.
But do you suppose that this whole radar facility could be responsible for such terrible things.
Well, it could be. I remember what was going on with microwave ovens, and I had to stay away from them when they first came out.
Well, the only thing I learned about microwaves was that you cannot place your fork inside. And I verified this once.
Oh, you tried it?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, at the time I was making quite a bit of money, and I knew that if something happened, I could replace the microwave. Yeah, I didn't need to, though. I just made a few sparks, and I stopped it.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't put forks in your microwave oven, or this Fiend Without a Face might show up, right? That could be how the whole thing started. We'll find out soon, right?
Very soon.
Right. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the film. We're here to talk about you and your acting. So, your favorite Star Trek episode?
Without a doubt, Arena.
Arena. This would be the one with the lizard man.
The Gorn.
Oh, the Gorn.
The Gorn, yes.
I don't know how they
yes.
came up with that name. So, what was it like doing that one?
I love that. It was shot out in the desert.
Right.
Scorpions, snakes. I loved it. Unfortunately, I got sunburn.
Oh, that's not good.
So, yeah.
No, well, you're out in the desert, right?
Out in the desert. Yeah.
Right.
They had put aloe vera on me and stuff like that.
That's helpful. Right.
Yeah, it was good for me.
I
It's
do
good
that
for you.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. So filming that, I'm trying to recall that episode, and which part might I seen you in?
That's an interesting story. The director decided to take a unique approach.
Right.
And kind of motivate my acting.
Right.
So he actually got up out of the director's chair and comes up, pulls me aside. He says, "Jonathan, you're vaporized," and says, "Action."
That is a rather unique approach. So, you were dead before you were actually dead, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
No,
yes.
it's like it's almost like you were put into purgatory.
Yes.
Right.
Like that.
Yes. Well, that's somewhat rather sad that the camera was not rolling.
It did have me dig deeper into my character, and I went into like method acting kind of a thing.
Oh,
it was
right.
motivating. He was absolutely right. It was very motivating.
So it did improve your performance.
Yes.
Right. No, that would make you better for perhaps the next episode.
Exactly.
Right. That makes lots of sense.
Yes.
So, what do you say we get back to this film?
Sounds great.
All right. Well, let's get back to Fiend Without a Face. Hopefully, we will see a fiend and a face soon, or the lack of a face. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some other stuff you've done. Right?
Right.
Right. So off we go. Fiend Without a Face. We shall see you on the other side of the break.
I think you missed your calling, Miss Tangella. A funeral home would pay quite well for your work. This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. Fiend Without a Face is like almost like Movie Without a Monster, is it not?
It can have that appearance. But remember, they're invisible.
Ooh. But at least even the Invisible Man put on trousers and we could see legs walking around. They're always blaming everything on radiation too.
Yeah.
Radiation does good things, right? I mean, as someone who worked on the Starship Enterprise, you would know, right?
There wasn't radiation involved at all. We didn't use radiation on the show.
in filming the show, but I mean in
filming
the
the
Star
show.
Trek parlance, they would utilize radiation for.
But it was a different kind of radiation. It was dilithium crystals.
Oh, ooh, I figured it was just another type of plutonium.
Yes and no.
All right. Conventions.
Yes.
I understand you have been to almost every Star Trek convention since, what was the first one called?
SpaceCon, Oakland.
SpaceCon? No, they had some before that.
The Red Hour Festival, yes.
You did that one.
I did that one too.
Right,
yes.
right. So SpaceCon was in the 70s.
SpaceCon was in the 70s.
And then you did, what else?
WonderCon.
Oh, WonderCon.
All the WonderCons, yes.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
right. And what are some of the most recent ones?
Did San Jose Comic Con.
Oh, Silicon Valley Comic Con.
Yes.
We were
Silicon
there.
Valley. Were you?
We were in the, they put us in the A-list celebrity section.
Oh.
It was nice.
No.
That was the first time we. Typically, they put us between, a person selling stuffed animals and another person selling loud things.
Ooh.
That's typically where we are at a table in the vendor section. Where did they put you?
I was on the 5th floor by conference room 7.
The 5th floor. I never made it up there. How many other stars of Star Trek were in that area?
Just me.
Oh, just you. So it was almost like a VIP section for you, right?
More like a hallway.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that hallway is good. I mean, the entire hallway was yours.
Yeah, I had the entire hallway.
Oh,
It was
that's
great.
nice.
Yes.
And with a lot of people going.
A lot of people come by mostly asking questions.
Right.
Like, how do I make copies?
Oh. And were you equipped to help them with this?
Yeah, I point them in the right direction on how to do
nice.
it. Yeah,
Right.
other questions, where's the restroom?
Oh. Well, I suppose as, a legendary star of stage and screen, one would assume you'd know a small bit of data like that.
I
right?
knew where it was, yes.
Right. Well,
yes.
I suppose you had to use it once or twice yourself, right?
A couple times, yeah.
Right.
A couple
That's
times.
Good. No.
Yeah.
So you sell autographs and things.
Yeah, I had a fan base more like friends.
Oh, right. Well, that's my biggest fan base is my friends as well. Yeah. The best fans are your friends.
This is true.
So I'm told.
Very true in my
Right.
case, yes. Very
You think
true.
we should get back to this film?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, back to Fiend Without a Face. We're going to finish this up. When the credits roll, do not change the station because we're going to have more with Jonathan, and then we're going to bring Tangela out, and you guys love Tangela, so stick around for that. See you on the other side.
This brief moment of tranquility has been brought to you by Nightscape. Relax and sleep better every single night with this and other videos from our free YouTube channel. Learn more by visiting nightscape.co today.
And so ends Fiend Without a Face. This is like the third film that I've seen where just flip a switch and everything dies.
Yeah, the only thing, the problem with that is the reactor was melting down. So if you just flip a switch and turn it off, that would make things worse.
Well, I would assume. I don't know. Well, we could get technical with these old films, and I suppose back then it was a bit more believable.
Yeah, what you don't know.
Yeah, right. So, what do you think of the film, Tangela? She likes the old black and white stuff. I don't know why, but she seems to like it better because the blood looks different.
It is different.
Yeah,
In
she
some
likes-
movies
she
they
likes
use
doing
like Bosco or something like that.
Right. So, anyways, Jonathan, what do you got going on next?
Going on next, I'm giving a lecture at the Petaluma Public Library, and it's on mastering AOL.
Oh, I cannot see his eyes anymore. Can you make an adjustment so I can see his eyes? Not the new ones on the top, but just his actual eyes. There we go. That's better. All right, so you're doing a presentation on AOL. What in God's name is AOL?
America Online. Now, you've heard of that.
No? What is it?
It is a browser that allows you to surf the internet.
Oh, I've already got one of those. Why would I want another one?
This is the original.
Oh.
This is how it all started.
So it's like anti-computing or something? Is this something, the thing?
Some view it that way.
I've
but
never heard of this service.
I look at it as the pureness of the internet.
Oh. All right. No, that sounds amazing. How can I learn more?
Well, I've got a disc in the car. I could.
Right, we'll take care of that later. Anything else going on of particular note?
I'll be at conventions.
Oh, good.
When they come up.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we're going to be doing a couple of those too. Okay. Any big ones?
I believe it is Silicon Valley Con.
Oh, they doing that one again?
Yes.
I don't know if we're doing that one. I'll have to look on the list.
Okay.
Right. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for coming on our show
Thank you
and
for having me on the
entertaining
show.
us with tales from the world of Star Trek, and thank you for putting up with
No problem.
antics. And it actually does look good on you.
Does it?
Yeah, no, you look like an alien on Star Trek.
All right.
All right, and then next time you're in town, come by and see us, all right?
I will.
All right, as far as you guys go, thank you for staying up late and watching our program with us. We hope you enjoyed the movie and the guest. But next week, we're going to have somebody different, and we're going to have a different movie as well. I think it's going to be a good movie, right? Better next time, yeah. So join us next week, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And don't forget, we love you. See you next time. So, Jonathan, listening to your tales about being on Star Trek and getting that role in the parts that you did, it seems to me that acting is a pretty easy job.
I was starting to think the same thing about horror hosts.